This Sunday, August 29th, is the 14th Sunday after Pentecost. It also happens to be my mom's birthday, so happy birthday, Mom. The first reading is from Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 1 and 2 and 6 through 9. Moses is commanding obedience of the Israelites to God's law. He tells them not to add or subtract to them, and that they should also teach the laws to their children. He also explains that observing the laws will show their wisdom and understanding to others, and that God will be near. The second reading is from James, the first chapter, verses 17 through 27. This reading is talking about listening and doing. First, in our relationship with one another, starting with verse 19, it says, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires." James is explaining the ways in which we should relate to one another. Listen, don't get angry. Sounds simple, but that can often be difficult. The next few verses explain how we can accomplish this. "Therefore, get rid of all moral filth and the evil that is so prevalent, and humbly accept the word planted in you, which can save you. Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. We all have the word and love of God within us. To honor God, we need to use the word, not against one another, but to love one another." The gospel this Sunday is portions of the 7th chapter of Mark. To prepare for this week, I'd encourage you to read verses 1 through 23. Here the Pharisees see some of the disciples with Jesus eating food without having performed the traditional ceremonial hand washing. So the Pharisees asked Jesus why his disciples don't live according to the traditions of the elders. You can probably guess this doesn't go well. Jesus responds by calling them hypocrites and repeating Isaiah's words. Isaiah was right when he prophesied about you hypocrites. As it is written, "These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me in vain. Their teachings are merely human rules." You have let go of the commands of God and are holding on to human traditions. He goes on in verse 14. "Listen to me, everyone, and understand this. Nothing outside a person can defile them by going into them. Rather, it is what comes out of a person that defiles them." And then in verse 21, "For it is from within, out of a person's heart, that evil thoughts come." I think this just links so beautifully with a passage from James, which says the word of God is within us. So it's up to us to use the God within us as we relate to others in our thoughts, our behaviors, and actions to be obedient. And I want to just end with another passage and add another passage here to close my thoughts for this Sunday. It's from Matthew 22, verses 36 through 39. "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbors as yourself. All the law and prophets hang on these two commandments." I hope this was helpful, and I hope you have a great week. Be blessed.